Have you ever tried so hard to make something happen, but no matter what you did, it just didn't work? Maybe you pushed yourself into a relationship that wasn't right, or you ran after a job, a dream, or a lifestyle that constantly drained your soul. You gave your all, your time, your energy, your prayers, but the door still wouldn't open. And the more you force it, the more tired and frustrated you become. This video is for anyone who has ever felt that pain, for anyone who's tried to control everything, only to be left feeling helpless and confused. Today, we are going to explore one powerful truth. Everything truly falls into place when you stop forcing it. In life, we are taught to hustle, to push, to fight for what we want. But Islam teaches us something far deeper, far more peaceful: Tawakkul, or trust in Allah. When we surrender our fears, our plans, and our constant need to control, something amazing begins to happen. Our hearts calm down, our burdens lighten, and we begin to see that what is meant for us was never going to miss us, and what missed us was never meant for us. This doesn't mean we stop working hard. It doesn't mean we become lazy. No, it means we shift our hearts from stress to trust. We will go deep into this topic by discussing powerful lessons through 5 uplifting and motivational chapters. We'll look at what Islam says about surrendering, about letting go, about trusting Allah's timing, and about finding peace in uncertainty. We will also reflect on beautiful verses from the Quran that remind us Allah is the best of planners. Even when things seem to fall apart, they are often falling into place in ways we just don't see yet. So if you've been feeling restless, if your heart is tired of chasing, if you're ready to stop forcing and start flowing with Allah's plan, then this video is for you. Watch till the end and allow these reminders to renew your trust, strengthen your faith, and guide your soul back to peace. 1. What does forcing mean in life? In life, we often find ourselves pushing too hard to make things happen. We make plans, set deadlines, and chase after people, dreams, and goals with everything we've got. We tell ourselves that if we just try a little harder, if we just hold on a little tighter, things will fall into place. But often, the opposite happens. The more we force something, the more distant it becomes. The more pressure we put on a situation, the more stress, pain, and confusion we feel. Why does this happen? Because we are not meant to control everything. Forcing in life means trying to control outcomes that are not in our hands. It means trying to push things into existence that Allah has not written for us, at least not yet. Forcing also comes from fear. Fear that we will fail. Fear that we will miss out. Fear that things won't go the way we hoped. But when we live like this, we are not living with faith. We are living with anxiety. We're not trusting Allah's plan. We are trying to replace it with our own. And no matter how much we try, we cannot write a better story than what Allah has already written for us. Think about the times in your life when you pushed something too hard. Maybe it was a relationship that felt one-sided, yet you kept holding on. Maybe it was a job you were desperate to keep, even though it made you miserable. Maybe it was a dream that didn't fit your reality anymore, yet you refused to let it go. What did you feel during those times? Most likely you felt tired, confused, and heartbroken. That's because anything that's forced is never peaceful. It might work for a little while, but it won't last. What is real, what is meant for you, what is written for you, will never need to be forced. True strength lies in knowing when to try and when to let go. It lies in understanding the difference between effort and control. Islam teaches us to do our best, to strive for goodness, and to work hard. But it also teaches us to accept what Allah has decided. Forcing is when you want only your plan. Faith is when you do your part and trust Allah's plan. The heart was not created to carry the weight of control. That weight belongs only to Allah. When you try to carry it yourself, you will always feel heavy. But the moment you surrender, the moment you release control and say, "Ya Allah, I trust you," a new kind of peace enters your heart. the kind that makes you smile without reason, the kind that gives you hope even when the situation looks impossible. That is what happens when you stop forcing and start trusting. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means you have finally understood who is really in control. It means you're wise enough to walk away from what's hurting you and strong enough to wait for what's written for you. It means you believe that Allah's plan is greater than anything you could imagine. That belief alone can move mountains. That belief alone can change the course of your life. The truth is, nothing in this world is truly yours. Not your job, not your friends, not even your own life. Everything belongs to Allah, and what He wills for you, no force on earth can stop. And what He does not will for you, no force on earth can make happen. That is why you must stop trying to control and start learning how to surrender. If something is constantly slipping away from your hands, it's not yours to hold. If something is not bringing peace into your life, it's not worth forcing. If something is draining you, confusing you, or making you question your worth, maybe it's not from Allah. Maybe it's a test. Maybe it's a lesson. But it's not your destiny. What is yours will find you when you're ready. Not when you force it, but when you trust Allah enough to let it flow. 2. Trust in Allah's timing. It's always perfect. We all have dreams in our hearts. Some of us are praying for a job, a spouse, healing, a chance to move forward in life. We want things to happen quickly. We look around and see others moving forward, getting married, building successful businesses, starting families, or getting opportunities we've been praying for. It can feel like we're left behind. So we start to worry. We wonder, why not me? When will it be my turn? And then the biggest mistake happens. We start trying to force it. We try to rush the process. We start planning everything ourselves and forget the one who controls everything, Allah. But the truth is, Allah's timing is always perfect. It may not match our schedule, but it always matches what our soul needs. We only see what is in front of us. But Allah sees the full picture. He knows what lies ahead, what dangers we can't see, what lessons we still need to learn, and what kind of growth our hearts still need before we are ready for that next blessing. If something hasn't come to you yet, it means it's either not good for you, or you are being prepared for it. Both are a mercy. When you trust in Allah's timing, your heart becomes lighter. You stop comparing your journey with others. You begin to understand that what's meant for you will come, and it will come when you're truly ready to receive it. Trusting Allah's timing gives you patience, and patience brings you closer to Him. It opens doors you didn't even know existed. That kind of faith can change your life. It gives you peace in waiting and strength in silence. So don't rush what Allah is preparing. Don't panic if things are not happening fast enough. Don't let the pressure of the world make you doubt the plan of your Creator. You are not behind. You are exactly where Allah wants you to be. Every delay, every detour, every heartbreak is a part of a bigger picture that you cannot see yet. But Allah can. And that's why trusting His timing is the smartest and strongest thing you can do. Every moment you feel lost, every day you feel stuck, is actually a day of preparation. You may not see it, but your heart is being trained for what's coming. Your mind is being matured. Your faith is being deepened. And when the time is right, when Allah knows you are ready, the doors will open so smoothly, so clearly, that you'll understand why the wait was necessary. You'll see how everything had to fall into place in just the right way, and you'll be grateful. 3. Letting go is not weakness, it's strength. We often hear people say, "Don't give up, keep holding on." And yes, sometimes we do need to keep fighting. But there are also times when the strongest thing you can do is let go. Letting go is not a weakness. It doesn't mean you've lost. It doesn't mean you're too soft or that you didn't try hard enough. Letting go means you've finally understood that your peace matters. It means you've grown wise enough to stop fighting battles that are not yours. It means you are strong enough to walk away from what is breaking your heart and trust that Allah has something better for you. In life, we try to hold on to many things: people, relationships, dreams, situations, because we fear what will happen if we lose them. We fear being alone, starting over, or not knowing what comes next. That fear makes us hold tighter and tighter, even when what we're holding on to is hurting us. But what we don't realize is that sometimes, by letting go, we open the door to healing. We give space for Allah to work in our lives. We allow His plan to take over instead of being stuck in pain and confusion. Letting go doesn't mean you no longer care. It means you are putting your faith in something higher than your own understanding. You are choosing peace over pressure, healing over holding on, and surrender over struggle. That takes courage. It takes strength to admit that something is no longer serving you. It's okay to cry when you let go. It's okay to feel pain. Healing is not always clean or easy, but it's worth it. Because every time you choose to let go of what's breaking you, you are actually choosing yourself. You are choosing to value your peace, your faith, and your future. And that is strength. Letting go is not a weakness. It's trusting Allah more than your own emotions. It's believing that what's ahead is greater than what's behind. It's living with faith that no matter what you lose, you are never losing Allah. And when you have Him, you have everything. 4. When you force things, you feel miserable. Have you ever noticed that the more you try to control everything in life, the more unhappy you become? You try to force people to stay. You try to make situations work. You push your plans forward even when the signs are clearly against it. You convince yourself that you know what's best. But in the end, you're left feeling tired, frustrated, and broken inside. That's the misery that comes from forcing what's not meant to be. When you force something, you are fighting reality. You are ignoring the signs that Allah is giving you. You are trying to move in a direction that is not made for you. That pressure, that stress, that feeling of constantly chasing, it's exhausting. And it drains your energy, your faith, and your joy. You start questioning your worth. You lose your peace. You feel like you're always running, always begging, always trying to make things happen. That's not how life should be. The truth is, if something is truly written for you, you won't have to force it. Yes, effort is important. We should work hard, pray, and do our best. But there's a big difference between effort and force. Effort is done with peace. Force is done with fear. Effort means trusting the process. Force means fearing the outcome. When you move with force, you are putting yourself in the position of the one who writes destinies, Allah. And no human is strong enough to carry that burden. Sometimes, what we're forcing is actually harmful for us, but we can't see it yet. A relationship we are trying to save may be holding us back from growing. A job we are desperate to keep may be draining our soul. A dream we refuse to let go of may not be aligned with our purpose. But we hold on tightly because we're afraid of letting go. We think if we stop pushing, we'll lose everything. But the opposite is true. When you stop forcing and start trusting, that's when things begin to fall into place. Remember, Allah doesn't make mistakes. If something is not happening the way you want it to, there's wisdom behind it. Forcing it won't bring you peace, but surrendering to Allah will. Think about water flowing in a river. It moves smoothly around the rocks and curves. It doesn't fight the path. It just flows. That's how life is meant to be when we trust in Allah. We take the steps, but we don't resist what is clearly not for us. Forcing love, success, friendships, and timelines only brings heartache. Real happiness comes when you learn to let go of control and say, Ya Allah, I trust you. I don't understand everything, but I believe you have something better. So if something feels heavy, forced, and full of stress, step back. Ask yourself, am I moving with trust or fear? You deserve a life of peace, not one of misery. And peace begins when you stop forcing and start flowing with the will of Allah. When you stop pushing and start praying. When you stop clinging and start surrendering. That's when the heart truly rests. 5. What is meant for you will find you. Sometimes in life, we feel lost. We wonder if we missed our chance. We ask ourselves, what if I had done things differently? What if I had taken that opportunity, or spoken to that person, or made that decision? We carry regrets like heavy stones in our hearts. But there is one truth that can bring deep peace to your soul. What is meant for you will always find its way to you. You will never miss something that Allah has written for you. This is not just a comforting thought. It's a reality of faith. Allah is the one who writes our destiny. Every blessing, every moment, every person that is meant to be in your life is already known to Him. You don't have to chase it desperately. You don't have to live in fear of missing out. What is written for you is already making its way toward you, and nothing can stop it. Not people, not mistakes, not even time. When we try to force things or constantly chase what we want, we exhaust ourselves. We start thinking that it's all in our hands, that if we don't do everything perfectly, we'll lose our future. But that's not how Allah works. His mercy is greater than our mistakes. His plan is greater than our pressure. Even when you feel like you've taken a wrong turn, Allah can bring you back to what is truly yours. It's important to understand that what is meant for you doesn't always mean what you expect. Sometimes we want something so badly that we believe it must be good for us, but Allah sees what we cannot. He knows which path will make us stronger, wiser, and closer to Him. So if something doesn't happen the way you planned, don't panic. Don't fall into sadness. Trust that something better is being prepared for you, even if you don't see it yet. What's written for you may take time. It may test your patience. It may come in a form you didn't expect. But it will come. You just have to keep going with faith. Keep showing up. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Don't rush the process, because nothing happens before its time. The delay is not a denial. Sometimes, Allah withholds a blessing because you're not ready for it yet, or because He's saving you from a bigger harm. You might not get the job you wanted, the person you loved, the life you imagined, but you will get what you need. You will get what will shape you, heal you, and help you grow. And when it finally arrives, it will feel right. It will come with ease. It will feel peaceful. You won't have to beg for it. You won't have to fight to keep it. What is meant for you will feel like it was always yours, because it was. Life doesn't always go the way we plan, but it always goes the way Allah plans. And His plan is always better. You don't need to force what's not meant to be. You don't need to chase what's already written. All you need is faith, patience, and the courage to let go of control. When you do that, you will begin to see how everything falls into place, softly, beautifully, and perfectly, at the right time. Always remember, you are not late. You are not lost. You are exactly where Allah wants you to be. And your story is still unfolding, guided by the most merciful, the most wise. If this message touched your heart, please like the video, leave a comment to share your thoughts, and subscribe to Deen Explorers for more reminders that bring peace to your soul.